In other news, it's the world's second largest continent and also the second most populated, but still many people know very little about Africa. A large-scale exhibition right here in Israel hopes to change that. Featuring dozens of contemporary artists, it shows a different side to Sub-Saharan Africa, one that can be quite surprising at times. Our culture correspondent Maya Margit went to take a look.
They came, they saw, they imagined. A different future for Africa, that is. At the Tel Aviv Museum, some of Sub-Saharan Africa's biggest artists have come together for an exhibition of epic proportions.
The title of the exhibition regarding Africa comes from the fact that it's difficult to show the whole range of creativity taking place in Sub-Saharan Africa in recent years.
Fracture is an ambitious site-specific work. It's also the largest piece in the show. And it took Ibrahim Mahama, a 29-year-old artist from Ghana, years to make. He sewed hundreds of jute sacks together, transforming the museum's atrium. The sacks are normally used to transport food and coal.
I've always been interested in how crisis can always be a starting point of production. Earlier on in my practice, I used to work with a lot of traditional mediums, but later on, I became a lot more interested in the poetics of materials that had been used to convey or move things from one place to the other.
Ajani is another artist who paints a different picture of Africa. Each of his paintings has a story to tell, like this one, titled The Politics of Mary Seacole. Seacole was a Jamaican woman who worked with Florence Nightingale in the Crimean War. Despite her heroic status, most people have never heard of her before.
It's important to have a balanced dialogue. But what I also really believe is that a people, it's their responsibility to tell their own stories, and as an artist, I'm trying to tell African story.
But the Tel Aviv exhibition is not just about reclaiming the past. It's also about envisioning new futures for people of color. In Kenyan artist Wanuri Kayu's fascinating film, it's a post-apocalyptic landscape where everyone lives indoors and water is scarce.
Wanuri Kayu's movie uses the language of science fiction and futuristic aesthetics. The concept of Afrofuturism was coined in the 1990s and was born out of a sense of wondering why so few black artists deal with science fiction.
From history to culture and even science fiction, the artists show the world's second largest continent in ways never seen before, hoping not only to reimagine the past, present, and future, but also to transcend them.